Cultural evolution is the science of the flow of ideas through time. We're not talking about genes anymore, like in biological evolution. We're talking about learning. How do we get the ideas that we have? How do we pass them on to other people? We're really talking about the change and the geographic and ethnic and social variation in everything, that is, all of our attitudes and our behaviors, the way our minds work. They can range from things that change through time, seemingly neutrally or randomly, such as maybe pottery styles, maybe penmanship and writing styles, fashion, to aspects that are very deep in our cultures, that are very important to us, like music and philosophical ideas, moral attitudes, religious attitudes. Also, cultural evolution asks the question of whether there's something special about the ideas themselves that people have that's the reason why they spread or don't, or whether there's something special about the people who have those ideas. Cultural evolutionists want to understand why societies are different and why they change over time. Right now, we're in a transitional period in our culture where a lot of the information that we're sending and receiving from others is divorced from personal interaction, and it's very brief. So all of our inherited tendencies to be more temperate, to interact with others in a respectful manner, to put yourself in their shoes, all this empathy, everything, looking at people's faces and the effect that has on our psychology, those things are all deleted in most of our interaction nowadays. Now the question is, does that change who we are? Does that change the ideas that we have? I mean, I think it does. This is really a nascent field, despite the fact that people have been doing this research for 30 to 40 years. The challenge for us now is to try to figure out how we can work together, how a social psychologist can work with an evolutionary biologist, how a linguist can work with a birdsong researcher. I hope that we can integrate our biological understanding with our psychological understanding. In particular, the interaction between nature and nurture, the interaction between genes and environment, the interaction between the innate and the acquired. These things have been a bugbear for students of human behavior since, for time immemorial. And now I think we do have the perspective and we have the tools where we can find an interactive, holistic framework for understanding human behavior. If we understand the rules by which ideas rise and fall, if we understand the rules by which variation happens between cultures, within a culture, even within an individual, we'll be in a much better position to be able to be masters of our own destiny with respect to our cultures and our ideas, collectively and then individually. And this might help us to explain ourselves, and it might help us to be better people and to have ideas that are better.